Let's jump right in. I am going to start off with a moisturizer. For that, I'm using the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Capsule in Serum, and I'm just going to use a generous amount on my face and neck. I am going to start off with my brows. To get the lifted face like Bella Hadid, you need to make your brows pretty straight. So I shaved out the tail of my brow, and now I will be creating a fake lifted sort of tail. So that is what we're working with. Also, low-key, I love this brow shape on my face. So yes, obviously to hold my brows in place, I'm going to do soap brows. Take a transparent or translucent soap, wet it with a setting spray, dip a spoolie into it and start brushing your brows in upward direction. Next, I am going to fill my brows, and I am using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Brow Pomade in Ebony. Now with a very fine eyeliner brush, I am making hair-like strokes. You can use any eyebrow pen if you have one. I would really prefer that. Just make sure that strokes are perfectly placed and they are very thin. Next, to clean it up, I'm using the Age Rewind Concealer in Medium by Maybelline. I will also be using it as my eyeshadow base. Keep in mind, you do not need an arch. Make your brows as straight and lifted as possible. Also, you cannot lift it too much as it will look fake. You know, Bella already has that chiseled kind of face shape. Make sure that you are keeping your face shape in mind. This will give you some extra lift, definitely, and it will not look very fake. Now I'm just blending the concealer that I applied for my eyeshadow base. For my first color, I'm using a pointed blender brush from Morphe and using the shade Cookie from the Roxy and Revolution Ride or Die palette. The placement of this shade will make or break the look. Place it on your outer V and flick it out, but you have to keep in mind that the shadow should not be on the area right below the arch of your brow. We will highlight that area, and that is going to give you that perfect lifted sort of eye with a little bit of curve, you can say. Next, we are using a deep contour shade for the eyeliner. I'm going to draw a wing following the eyeshadow that I just applied. Do not line the inside of your eye. It will make them more foxy and, elongated. Now also, you will be tempted to stretch the skin as you do all the eye work, but avoid that as it will speed up aging, and we are not here for wrinkles. Duh. Now next, I'm going to smudge out the eyeliner a bit. I'm using a black eyeshadow for that. You can use any black shade, but make sure that it's not ashy. Now I will also be applying that to my inner corner to make sure that the eyes look more elongated and complete. Next, smudge out the eyeliner more on the outer corner and take it to the inner corner slightly. Also, you can take it to the wing, and do not worry if you mess up. You will clean it up with a concealer afterwards. So here I am cleaning up my eyeliner and making it more defined and sharp. Also, the area where I'm applying the concealer has to be super highlighted, which we are going to do with a concealer in a minute. After this, I'm taking a deep neutral brown shade called Cola from the Ride or Die palette, and I'm just applying it in the area where I placed the first shade. Make sure that you blend it properly. Also, take a clean blending brush and just blend out everything, just to soften out everything. Alright, so let's get to cream contour now. I'm cutting my cheekbones first. The angle will be according to my eye look and not very much according to my face. Till now, I did all the makeup looks according to my face, but today I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. As you can see, the angle is it's just a little bit more lifted than my usual thing. And also keep in mind that you have to blend it upwards. Do not blend it below the place where you applied it. I try to stick to my hairline a lot. That gives a lot of precision, I think. So yes, just blend it upwards. You don't have to go below, just don't go below. As you will be highlighting that area, you really want that jaw, so yes. Now to fake a hollow under your cheekbones, you can take the slightest amount and drag it down. Next, I will be carving out my jaw. this is going to be normal, like I always do, you know, just have to go with the flow. In this case, you just have to go with your jaw. Okay, that was, I don't know what was that. So next I'm going to take some concealer and blend it under my eyes. Now right below the eyeliner, you can also say that on your temples. That is the most important area that should be highlighted. So your temple has to be very highlighted, and also right below the eyeliner. So make sure that you apply a little bit extra concealer, but you have to make sure that you blend everything properly. For foundation, I will be mixing two foundations today. Make sure you're not using a lot of heavy full coverage foundation, as it will cover everything up. Just because I need extra coverage around my mouth, I'm using a little bit extra there. I just like starting from there. Also make sure that your hair is out of the way, because you can see that I have a lot of hair coming on my face. I don't know why. So yes, I'm just going to apply as little foundation as possible, and I'm just going to blend it. Now to set the under eyes, I'm using the slightest amount of Sugar Set the Tone Tinted Powder, and also some Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in light medium to get the highlighted effect. Now light medium is not my actual shade. It's not meant for my skin tone. It just gives me that highlighted effect. So also I am just going to set everything and make it look more skin-like. For that, I'm just going to use my PAC Micro Fixer Makeup Setting Spray. This will melt everything into your skin and make all the powders and everything look very natural. So here I thought that I need a little bit more of the shade Cookie, the very first shade that I used. And so yes, I'm just taking it and winging it out. For my lower lash line, I'm going into Cookie, then Cola, and then Cookie again. And then I'm just going to tap off the excess, and I will apply it really carefully. You have to apply this really close to your lash line. You do not want to apply a lot, as it will droop down your eyes. So also I'm just going to take the shade called Yas, and I'm just going to apply that in my inner corner. So let's get to powder contour, and you can see that here I am actually using a smaller brush compared to what I normally use. Now I'm doing that to place the contour really precisely in the areas that I want. Next, I'm taking some blush and placing it right above the contour. Next, I'm placing the highlighter with my finger to the high points. By the way, the contour shade and highlighter shade were from the Nykaa Contour and Conquer Highlighting and Contouring Duo palette. So I'm just using my fingers and I'm just applying the highlighting shade at the highest point where I want most of the light to fall. Next, I'm going to carve out my jaw with some powder and blend it with a big fluffy brush. So here I'm just taking a clean big fluffy brush and I'm just blending it out. For the next step, I'm going to contour my nose slightly. Now obviously you guys have seen me applying lipstick so many times, so I just skipped that step. By the way, the lip shade will be in the description. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share if you want to, and yeah, see you in my next video.